I want to describe a problem I've had for as long as I can remember. In a way, I'm really just reaching out here to make sure I'm not alone. I love to get out there, to go and see things beyond my house and my screens. I recognize the value in unplugging and seeing the vast array of things that life has to offer. I'm not blind to the irony of saying this in a YouTube video that I'm hoping you'll watch all the way through, but I digress. One of my favorite activities is hiking. My father and I drive out of the very non scenic area where we live as frequently as possible to explore a new national park or just a place in nature we think looks cool. I'm currently studying abroad in the UK and joined the hiking club, which I make a point to attend at least once a week. Beyond taking walks, I also try to keep myself cultured. I visit at least one museum on every single trip I take and admire what architecture I can when I can. And through all of these frequent endeavors, there's one question that I just can't answer. What is beauty? I could sit here and rattle off the dictionary definition of beauty to you, but I don't think that would be helpful, for me or for you. After all, you know what beauty is. You have your own subjective take on what is beautiful and what isn't, what mediums of life and of art qualify for being beautiful. It's a concept that, for whatever reason, I can't wrap my mind around. Anytime I go exploring with anyone, my friends or my father or a local guide, I'm always told how beautiful the sights are. I'm surrounded by oohs and wows. I've always outwardly agreed, but honestly, I never see it. I take pictures almost everywhere I go, but it's almost out of respect for the implied beauty, not because I actually find the sights beautiful. 99% of the time I take a hike, I'm letting my mind wander, zoning out while I don't take in any particular sight around me, thinking about anything and everything and nothing. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy hikes, I really love them, but they're mainly meditative for me. And when I finally do look around and take in the sights around me, the largest reaction I can really conjure in my brain is an, oh, that's neat. And obviously, I must have some subconscious way to determine what beauty is. There are certain buildings, certain paintings that I choose to photograph instead of others. What drives me crazy is my inability to measure it. I find certain things interesting, but what does interest even mean? Does interest in something equate to seeing the beauty in it? What tells me something is interesting besides the expectation that it should be? God, I don't know. It's a dilemma that I've put genuine effort into trying to solve and to no avail. I'm actually writing and recording this video in my local botanical garden just for the sake of looking at some pretty flowers, but I could not tell you why they are pretty. They're neat, they're unique, but I simply don't care to look at them and gush. It's like my visual sense is impaired. Honestly, this extends to movies as well. I always feel some sort of peer pressure to nod along and go, wow, these visuals are stunning, but I can't name a time I've actually believed it. I thought 2001 was a good movie, the book was better. I quite like Spirited Away, enjoyed Into the Spider-Verse, but none specifically for their acclaimed visual appeal, just recognizing their quality in the art space. I thought they were good stories. In fact, my favorite movies have been ones like Doctor Strangelove and The Truman Show, first and foremost because I was riveted by the story. I don't know how else to explain it except that the visual sense has never struck me that hard. I recognize that some things look better than others, but why is that? And how is that? And to what extent? I don't know. I'm extremely non-committal in any related answer. So, when I decided to make this video, I had to flip the question on myself. What do I find beautiful? I can't just stand here and tell you that I don't find anything beautiful. There's no way that would be true. And, I mean, obviously women, 5'8" by the way, but that's a cop-out. Eventually, I had to abandon the visual medium. I had to ask myself, what do I care the most about? And, well, from that angle, there is one thing in this world that I can consistently appreciate the beauty in. Words. Have you ever been obsessed with a book? Has anyone ever written in such a way, filled with just enough of their personal touch to keep you up for hours past bedtime turning the pages? It happens to me constantly. It's so hard to put a book down after I've picked it up. There's an incredible amount of nuance in the English language. What you say, when you say it, how you say it, all blends together to mean something specific to the soul. There's good writing and there's bad writing, and I can feel good writing. It calls to me, speaks to me personally. Multiple times I've had to put a book down to process what I was reading before jumping right back into it. I don't think I've ever had that feeling when looking at anything that wasn't a page. I think if I were to try and rationalize it to myself somehow, I'd say that I'm much more naive to the intricacies of making a visual art. I can recognize a quality movie, but can't truly understand the thought and time and manpower that went into it. I can look at a painting and tell that it probably took the artist months, but I can't quantify or rationalize their effort. But I get words. I know what it's like to come up with an idea and to write and rewrite it until it's perfect. I understand the feeling of agonizing over the phrasing of a single sentence. I'm much closer with the author than I ever have been with the director. I think what I enjoy the most about writing is the human element. When I can see genuine effort, understand where creative ideas stem from, God, that's what makes me gush. It's why I like musical artists like 21 Pilots and Ray Wylie Hubbard so much. They make stuff that both sounds good and draws from their own lives to such a degree that I feel like I know them better as people just by listening along. I obsess over books and songs that I think are good. My Spotify history generally shows the same 5 songs played over and over for a week on end because I love it, man. I get absorbed in it, determined to squeeze every last ounce of quality from it. The flow of stanzas, the intense amount of thought that goes into each individual word when you're writing lyrics, the ideas stick in my head, not just the story that's being told, but how they tell it. It's probably in part because I'm not encouraged to engage with the art in a visual way. It's up to me to determine what abstract beauty my brain can conjure. And it works, so often it works. Nature is beautiful, objectively, but it's also natural. It's the way of the world, the way things have always been and hopefully always will be. As John Locke might say, there's no sense that labor has been imbued into the land in order to improve it. That's what I like. That's what I find beautiful. The work and the labor that people can put into nothing, nothing but syllables and vowels and consonants and love. There's no better way for me to cap off this video than by spreading some of the beauty I can actually find in this world. Please, go read 2001 and its sequel 2010 by Arthur C. Clarke. Read your kids A Series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, but maybe wait until they're in 3rd or 4th grade. If you need to be in a better headspace, go read Marcus Aurelius' Meditations. Ray Bradbury has a phenomenal collection of short stories called The Illustrated Man. I went into George Orwell's 1984 thinking I'd already know what would happen, and it still amazed me. All of these books are short and or quick reads, and I guarantee you'll enjoy each one. I consider myself a changed person after having read each of them, and so many other books that I don't have time to share here. So what is beauty? I hate to devolve into cliches, but it really is in the eye of the beholder. I can't see beauty like I'd like to, but I see it in my own little sect of the world. I've come to terms with the fact that, as much as I don't really want to accept it, visual media, looking out at the world with wonder, just isn't my jam. There's no greater beauty than within the realm of my own comforts. Thank you.